Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing great and amazing. So before I start with today's topic, I just want to say that I have been thinking about these audios and basically I have been trying to watch the documentary Soaked in Bleach today, and it's about Kurt Cobain and whether he died of suicide or if he was murdered. Kurt Cobain was the lead singer of Nirvana. I don't know if you heard of Nirvana. It was a really popular band in the 90s, and I love Nirvana. I really love Nirvana. It's such a good band. However, I tried to watch the documentary because the topic is very interesting to me, and I have, researched it a lot. And right now it's actual again. You probably heard of it, but while I was watching the documentary, it was just not interesting. Not the topic, not that, but just like the way it was made and done was kind of boring to me. So I was like, oh, I can't watch this. And then I decided to film an audio for you guys instead, even though I was like trying to have a moment for myself. But it was just, this is so much more fun filming an audio, right? And I was like, wait a minute, what if my audios are perceived like that? Because, I make audios, not videos, and that's because of the fact that I don't have a lot of free time and I just make them whenever, and I can't be bothered with equipment and lighting and everything. And what if they're boring? And what if the way I sound, the way I talk is boring to people? And I want to apologize if it is. Because I'm sorry. I do think that these audios are very have a lot of worth, and I would be really sorry if somebody was unable to kind of get that worth because of the presentation. So that would really suck, and I'm aware that it's quite possible, and I'm really truly sorry for that. But English is my second language. I don't have a lot of time, and it is what it is, and I really do my best. And I want to thank every single client that is consistent with these audios, that listens to them regularly, and even gives me comments, feedback, suggests some topics. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Um, really, thank you all for listening. But let's get into today's topic. So yesterday, I made a few audios yesterday because I took a day off and I had time basically. But in today's audio, one of them, I was talking about your analytical mind. So your analytical mind does sabotage you when it comes to magic, when it comes to law of attraction, if you want to call it like that. When it comes to being psychic as well, I have gave you an example of mine. So basically, with psychics, as you guys know, psychics are never 100% on point ever. There is not one psychic that was always right, and the reason why is because number one, future is not set in stone, it's changeable. And number two, the messages that we receive, if our analytical mind kicks in at any moment, the messages do become kind of blurry. And then we need to, well, what we try to do, at least majority of the people, because that just comes natural, is that they try to force it and see it and kind of like, uh, do those type of things. But that is when you're losing the signal, but your analytical mind kicks in more and more. And basically what you're doing is you're kind of guessing because you're trying to force it. So that's another reason why that happens. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I kind of want to show you how it works on you guys. Because for the majority of the people, analytical mind is always obviously turned on. It is always turned on. And the way we try to kind of go about it is by reprogramming, which basically works on your subconscious mind, and your analytical mind does kick in, but you still kind of receive it in your subconscious because you're having something repeated and looped. So, anyways, um, what is manifestation? There's so many techniques, there's so many coaches out there, but what it truly is something that you do naturally all the time. And basically, what is manifesting? Your mindset is manifesting because your mindset does, um, it controls your actions and your reactions. And your mindset is just something that is subconscious. Um, you can call it vibration, you can call it mindset, you can call it energy. But that is basically what is manifesting. And therefore, it controls your actions and reactions. And then also, people will react to your actions, your reactions, but also just like feeling that mindset because they feel your energy, which is basically your mindset. It's a set of your limiting beliefs, of your beliefs about yourself, the world, them, everything. So, I want to give you like an example of how it works when you shut down your analytical mind, which basically happens when you are focusing on something else yourself. You're not overthinking, you're not needy for something, you're not trying to force anything, you're not desperate, and things tend to work out, you know, just like that in those situations. So obviously, my example is going to be something little. I don't I mean I would say I have a very interesting life because of my work, but my life without my practice, day-to-day life, is honestly quite boring. It is, because basically my practice is my life, and outside of that I'm just like cleaning and doing chores and nothing interesting really. um, However, I want to show you this, and obviously, this is like not something major because, like I said, I have a boring life. But obviously, we are not comparing this to your situations because obviously these are hard situations you're in, and you do need magic. But therefore, you also need this. You also need this along with the magic. But if it's a tiny thing, like day-to-day thing, then listen to me because your mindset is enough. So, and you can call that manifestation. That's, I guess, what they call manifestation, but they try to, present it for what it's not. Anyways, you guys know that I go to a pub quiz, so that is the only thing I have like that's interesting, to me. Pub quizzes are not interesting to everyone. I am a nerd. I really love learning. I learn every day, and it's just kind of an obsession of mine. Yeah. Anyways, on my pub quiz, in my team, one of the girls is pregnant and she's about to give birth in a week, and therefore she can't attend the pub quiz obviously anymore because she's like heavily pregnant. And here where I live, unfortunately, in pubs, and pretty much every public place, coffee shops, pubs, nightclubs, I couldn't even remember the name because I've never been to a nightclub, I think. Maybe I have when I was young, but I'm not sure if it was a bar or a nightclub, what is the appropriate term. Okay, never mind. Anyways, smoking is allowed, and I hate that obviously because, and I apologize to everyone that's a smoker that's listening. I'm sorry, but I don't like smoking, drinking, none of it. It's just not for me. Anywho, and I think that, if somebody wants to smoke, I don't mind, but obviously I don't want to be around the smoke, and we kind of all have to be because it's the law here. You know, it's allowed here. And I know it's not allowed in the US and in a lot of countries. So I kind of want to clarify why the friend doesn't go to the quiz anymore. So she could go even though she's pregnant, but obviously smoking is something that she doesn't want to be around at this time. I mean, nobody should be around it, but we really have a choice if we want to go to a pub quiz. And anyways, so there was a place opened, and my brother, who is also on the team, has invited one of his friends. And anyways, that friend has been on a quiz a few times, and all good. And then the last weekend, some of you guys know that on Saturday, my best friend had a dance show. Well, she owns a dance school. She's a dancer, but she trains kids, and the kids from the school had like a dance show. And anyways, I went, of course. And after the show, she had a little gathering, not like a party, but just like a little gathering for friends. And obviously, I was there, and my brother came later, and he brought that friend that, goes to the pub quiz now with us. And the guy was so rude to my friend. He commented on her weight, he commented on her age, he commented on her clothes, and just things that he shouldn't have commented on. And it was, it gave me the ick, basically. And I was like, I really don't I don't want this guy around. He was very rude to my friend. And my friend, she actually is on antidepressants, and she gained weight from that. And she's a dancer, so she's not really handling it well. And obviously, it's really hard for her. And she's still gorgeous and beautiful, of course, but she's not happy like that. And it only made her more insecure, those comments, and that's like really not fair. And I was like talking to my brother, and I said, hey, I really don't want him around. He was really rude, and that was like very that wasn't respectful. He's not respectful towards women, and I don't like it. And then he was like, but we don't have a replacement for the friend that's pregnant. And obviously he is very reliable. He comes every single time. He never has anything going on. And some people on the team will kind of need to work or something with their kids and stuff. And I was like, yeah, right, okay. So I've just decided to let it go, even though obviously it wasn't to my liking, right? And then a few days before the pub quiz, I got a random text out of the blue, and the text was from my cousin's son, so my nephew, I guess, kind of, not really, but kind of. I'm sorry about all of these family friends terms that I'm sharing, but I'm just trying to, to share the story. And this is like a young man in his early 20s, and he used to go on pub quizzes with us, but he studies abroad, so obviously he can't. But he texted me, and he said, hey, I am home for like a month, and if you want me to go on a pub quiz with you, I will. Literally that, out of the blue. I have not heard from him in like a year. I have not asked him to go, nothing. It just came, the solution just came. Just like that. Just like that. Anyways, this is not the end of the story, however. So I called my brother, and I was like, hey, guess what happened? So now that guy can't go anymore because we have found a better replacement. And then my brother was like, yeah, but that's just for a month, and it's not okay. So I don't want to tell him that he can't come. And I was like, but I already told our cousin. I'm gonna just call him cousin, relative, whatever. It's easier than just saying my cousin's son every time. Okay, I already told our relative that he can come. And then he was like, and I really want him to come. I haven't seen him in a year. He's such a sweet kid and all. And he was like, yeah, well, then you're going to have to tell somebody else that they can't come because, this guy's very reliable, blah, 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 all of that. I was like, but I can't do that. And my brother was like, yeah, you're going to need to. And then, we picked this guy that goes with us that always says if he's coming or not last minute, so on the day. So I can just tell him, hey, we already found somebody else as a replacement for you, whatever. So that was the plan. And again, I just decided to let it go. And I was like, I could have been very worried about what I'm going to do. I could have texted that guy and told him, oh, hey, in advance that we found somebody else, but I just decided to just let it go, not think about it at all. And I even, this is what I do, by the way. And guys, I do recommend this. I was just like, the universe will take care of me. I'm not going to be bothered. So, you can say the God will take care of me, whatever resonates with you and your, beliefs. And fine. And then the day of the quiz comes, which was today, right? Earlier today. And in the morning, I receive a text from my brother saying that his friend can't come. The reliable friend that always comes, he can't come because of some soccer game, something. And everything kind of aligned. So I didn't have to tell anyone they can't come. I didn't have to be with that guy on the pub quiz. So everything aligned, and I didn't lift a finger. This is why I'm sharing this. I did not lift a finger, and I was not thinking about it. I was not bothered by it. I truly didn't analyze it. I didn't overthink it. I didn't worry. And this is what you guys are doing in your situations. I'm fully aware that your situations are way worse and harder than my pop quiz situation. I know, but it's just an example. So you are worrying about it. You're overthinking it. You are, needy for it. You're trying to force it, like by chasing mentally. So all of these things are the reasons why your spells are still not fully manifested. So, what is the point here? I know it's difficult to let go. I know that. I told you in the last audio that I have been there, I have done that, and it was really difficult. Yes, I'll admit it. It was not easy for me. However, you can. Guys, I was so stubborn in the past. I was very anxious, and I was also very impatient. So everything that I shouldn't have been, I was. All of those things. And it took me a lot of patience and a lot of, just like control, self-control, because you can control yourself and should be, to get to where I am now. But I did it. And at the time, I thought I will never do it. I thought I can never change. I thought that it's just impossible. But it is possible, guys. It is very much possible. And yes, you can do it. But if you don't even try, which a lot of clients, they don't even try the vibrational work, they don't even put in the effort. And of course, then nothing can change. Or if you try and it's gonna seem hard, and of course it will. I mean, it's not gonna be super easy for majority of the people. Obviously, we are not all the same. We are not on the same vibrational level, and some people have already done the work when they come to me, and they can really handle it, and their spells will work fast. Of course, it also depends on the target, don't get me wrong, but I'm just speaking out of this angle, the vibrational work angle. But majority of the people will have a hard time, a difficult time. And that's only in the beginning. and it's normal. Everything that you learn that's new is not going to be easy. When you were learning to walk as a baby, you were falling, guys. Trust me. You were not, it wasn't easy. When you were learning to drive, it wasn't easy, right? When you were learning to read, it wasn't easy. When you were learning to do anything, it was not easy. It took some patience and some time and some practice. And it's the same with this. It works like anything else, okay? But guess what? You now can read and walk and talk and drive a car. Well, some of you, but all of you can do the first three things. So, why is that? Because you did not give up. You did not give up, and it of course you have learned over time. So your brain learns with time. And same with the vibrational work, the reprogramming. It needs some time and then it works. But if you give up during the process, then you will not get the result. Imagine if you went to the driving school and then you just give up. And of course, you can't drive a car now because you give up. But if you were persistent and, went to the driving school over and over again, today you would have a license. It is what it is, right? So, same with this. And I just don't understand why people don't understand it. Yes, it's going to be a struggle in the beginning. Of course, it's something new, it's something different. Your brain is used to something else and it will try to fight back normally. But if you are persistent, it is 100% going to work. Because guess what? So many clients that I've had over these 2 decades have managed to do that. And it was difficult for them. They had ups and downs. That is normal. If you have an up, great. But if you have a down, so what? Lift yourself back up. When you were a baby and you have fallen down, you just tried again. You didn't give up on yourself. So why are you giving up on yourself now? So I apologize. It is 22 minutes. I'm gonna end it now just because it's the audio, sorry, is too long. But guys, I hope you understand what I want to say. And I hope this helps. That is the only thing I hope, that it helps. At least one person, that is enough. But preferably everyone. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. I wish you a beautiful weekend, and we're gonna talk soon.